For many Minnesotans, county fairs are the sweet, fried exclamation point at the end of busy summers. However, local businesses and nonprofits rely on income generated at county fairs to fund programming year round. St. Mary's School in Morris is rebudgeting after the cancellation of the Stevens County Fair.
Our shakes are well known here at the fair, so oftentimes if the weather is like this, we've got quite a line.
Tanya Fisher is the principal of St. Mary's School in Morris. She estimates that the school took in approximately $15,000 for the sale of their sweet Stevens County Fair staple last summer.
It is our second largest fundraiser for the school, so now looking this year, especially with reopening under the COVID guidelines, I have technology pieces that I need to upgrade in case our school would have to go into that distance learning mode. My students need reliable devices, and so some of that money I was hoping was going to come from our Shake Shack, and that's just not there right now.
Ryan Sleeter, the Stevens County Fair Board chair, said that as a no fee for admission event, this fair is the biggest event in Stevens County. Deciding to cancel it was extensive, and the fair's ability to enforce social distancing was a huge concern. Not having actual numbers, Sleeter predicted that about 20,000 and maybe even as many as 40,000 people make it to the fair each year.
We do keep track of the people that come through the grandstand. Our grandstand will hold roughly about 1,200 people, and then we also rent some bleachers besides that can carry about 300 people as well, roughly. In a night, we could have 2,000 people just in the grandstand, and you come out here and you wouldn't even know it outside the grandstand because there'll be just as many people out walking around enjoying the fair as well.
I'm Steve Stark. I'm the president of the Minnesota Federation of County Fairs. There's 94 county fairs in the state of Minnesota, which a lot of people question because there's more county fairs than there is counties, but some have 2 county fairs or even 3 county fairs in their county.
The Minnesota Federation of County Fairs didn't require any fairs to cancel, but as summer rolled along, and especially after the Minnesota State Fair announced their cancellation, more fairs were calling the MFCF for advice.
We could give them all the tools that they need to make the decision on their own. We also are associated with the International Federation of Fairs and Expos, which is IAFE. They had a lot of good information. We posted that on our website. We started distributing all that information along with links from the state of Minnesota and tried to get as much information to the county fairs as possible.
Stork said that the first piece of advice the MFCF gave was don't rush the decision to cancel and double check your contract so that the fair boards, vendors, and entertainment are all on the same page.
None of us expected this coming, so a lot of the contracts didn't have anything in there about a pandemic. Most fairs just rolled entertainment and all that got rolled into 2021, and they already have their planning for 2021 done for the most part. But there were a few of them that got into some contract situations where, and our suggestion was, hey, if you got to pay them, tell them to come out to the fairgrounds and perform. At least make them do the work, even if it's in front of 1 or 2 people.
We did meet with our carnival 3 or 4 different times. They did say that, yeah, if we did the fair, they would potentially come up, but did say that they would have to cut the number of rides and events at the fair just because of having to clean each ride after every time and the cost of what that would be.
A letter sent to House of Representative leaders by a bipartisan group of congressional members asked for emergency dollars for county fairs across the country to be included in the next COVID-19 relief measure. The letter cites not only the loss of revenue, a projected $3.7 billion, but also a need to encourage the next generation of America's food producers.
The main sponsors are from California and Missouri. Colin Peterson represented Minnesota's 7th District in the U.S. House of Representatives. In the original CARES Act, there was money given to the governors. And some of that money was for counties, and local units of governments and so forth, that could be put out by the governors. But as far as I know, nobody in the United States, no governor has actually allocated any of this to county fairs or agriculture fairs or those kinds of things. I guess because there's been so many other requests, I'm not sure. But there is some money out there that could be allocated by the governors, but they're not doing it. And so what we're doing here is we're trying to have an inclusion in this bill, next bill, that would say that money would go to those fairs and to those rural counties, and then they would divide it up amongst the people that are involved normally in the fair, try to be fair about it. One of the biggest losses is the 4-H auction. The money that's raised in those auctions goes to the extension service, goes to the fair, and to the kids. And that is part of how they make all this stuff work. So having that not available is another big problem.
Only time will tell if Minnesotans will get their favorite fried and sweet treats next year, but we can still dream.
I think 2021 for the county fairs are probably going to be more than super good.
What is your favorite food that you get every year at the county fairs?
You know, probably Pronto Pups. You know, when they're made fresh, I always get one of those every time. Put some mustard on it.
You can imagine trying to find Lysol wipes, but trying to find a pallet of them, what we would probably need to clean the whole fairgrounds.